The operating room at Mercy General Hospital smells like antiseptic and fear, a sterile tang that clings to my scrubs as I adjust the foredrip. I'm Dr. Elias Carter, 35, an anesthesiologist who spent a decade putting patients under, guiding them into the dark and bringing them back. Chicago's skyline glitters through the hospital's high windows, but down here, in the fluorescent hum of Operating Room 3, the city feels a million miles away. My hands move on autopilot. Propofol, fentanyl, monitors beeping, but my mind's elsewhere. Always as since Emily Point 3 years ago, I miscalculated a dose. Emily, 28, mother of 2, coded on my table. Aneurysm, they said, but I know better. My mistake. Her eyes, wide and empty, haunt my dreams. Her voice a whisper I can't shake. Tonight, as the city buzzes with sirens and Lake Michigan churns under a gray sky, that whisper feels louder. Elias, you with us? Dr. Nora Patel's voice snaps me back. She's across the table, scalpel poised, her dark eyes sharp above her mask. Early 40s, trauma surgeon, my friend. She's the only one who doesn't tiptoe around my past. Yeah, I'm here, I say, checking the monitors. The patient, a car crash victim, lies still, his vitals steady. Heart rate, 72. Oxygen, sat, 98%. But something's off. The monitor's pulse line twitches, not erratic but rhythmic like Morse code. I frown, adjusting the anesthesia flow. Nora, you see this? She glances at the screen, her scalpel pausing. What, the heart rate? Looks fine. No, it's patterned. I can't explain it. The spikes form a cadence, deliberate, unnatural. Then I hear it, a murmur from the patient, low and guttural like words underwater. He's talking. Nora leans closer, her brow creasing. Under anesthesia? That's impossible. But it's not. The murmurs grow, unintelligible but heavy, like a prayer in a dead language. It sees us, he mumbles, lips barely moving. My skin prickles, the air suddenly too cold. The monitor's pulse spikes again, syncing with the murmurs, and for a moment, I swear the screen flickers, a shadow moving in the green glow. Elias, focus, Nora says, her voice tight. We're in the middle of a thoracotomy. I nod, pushing it down. The surgery finishes. The patient stabilizes, but the murmurs linger in my head. Later, in the break room, I slump against the vending machine, coffee bitter on my tongue. Jamal Reed, a nurse in his late 20s, bounds in, all energy despite the 12-hour shift. Yo, Doc, you look like you saw a ghost out there. What was with that guy talking? You heard it too? I asked, my voice low. Hell yeah. Creepy as shit. Sounded like my grandma's church, but wrong. He grins, but his eyes are uneasy. Ever hear about the old wing? Nurses say weird stuff went down there in the 80s. Patients waking up screaming, talking about shadows. I roll my eyes, but my stomach twists. Just rumors, Jamal. Maybe, but I'm checking the archives tonight. You in? I hesitate. Emily's face flashes in my mind, her whisper blending with the patient's. Yeah, I'm in. The hospital's archives are a basement crypt, all flickering fluorescents and dusty boxes. Jamal and I dig through files, the air thick with mold and secrets. Mercy General's been here since the 60s, a monolith in Chicago's medical scene. But the old wing, shut down in '89, has a reputation. Nurses whisper about it like it's cursed. Got something, Jamal says, holding up a yellowed folder. Dr. Harold Klein, anesthesiologist, 1985, reported hallucinations during surgeries. Said patients were talking, describing a shadow in the dark. Then he disappeared. I scanned the pages, my pulse quickening. Klein's notes describe vital sign anomalies, rhythmic spikes like what I saw. Patients woke with no memory but raw terror, muttering about the thing that listens. One entry, scrawled in shaky ink, reads, "It's in the anesthesia." It's waiting. Jesus, imuta. Why is this buried? Petromed, Jamal says, naming the hospital's corporate owner. They don't like bad press. I want to laugh it off, but the patient's murmurs echo in my head. That night, I can't sleep. My apartment in the Loop is all glass and noise. Traffic trains life, but the silence in my head is worse. I hear it again, a whisper, not Emily's, but something older, colder. My dreams pull me into a foggy void, cavernous and endless, where shadows shift and eyes glow like distant stars. It sees us, they whisper, and I wake, nose bleeding, the copper taste sharp. The next week is hell. The murmur spread. During a bypass, a patient whispers. It knows my name, her vitals spiking in that same damned rhythm. Another, a kid with a fractured femur, mumbles it's hungry. The monitor's pulse, a shadow flickering in the static. I'm seeing it everywhere now. In the OR's corners, in the reflection of my coffee mug. My hands shake as I adjust drips, and Nora notices. Elias, you're scaring me, she says in the scrub room, her mask off, her face lined with worry. You haven't slept. You're obsessing over this, whatever it is. It's not nothing. I snap, louder than I mean. You heard them, Nora. They're saying things. The monitors could be equipment failure or stress. You're not over Emily, are you? Her words sting, and I look away. This isn't about her, but it is. Emily's face haunts me, blending with the whispers. I feel it, a presence watching, not just in the OR, but in me. My vitals, checked during a routine exam, show the same rhythmic pulse. I'm infected, somehow, by whatever's out there. Jamal pulls me aside later, his usual grin gone. Found more, he says, handing me a photo from the archives. It's the old wings, or pre-renovation, with a strange symbol etched into the floor, circles and lines, like a ritual mark. They built this place on some old site. No one knows what, but there's stories. Cult stuff, maybe. Cult stuff. I scoff, but my heart's racing. Come on, Jamal. You explain the whispers then, he says, eyes wide. I heard him last night in the vent. Like chanting. I don't want to believe him, but I hear it too at night in the hospital's hum. Vince monitors my own pulse. I go to Claire Monroe, the hospital administrator, a polished woman in her 50s who runs Mercy like a CEO. Her office is all glass and steel, a stark contrast to the OR's chaos. Dr. Carter, you're causing a stir, she says, her smile tight. These rumors about anomalies are bad for morale. I'm not imagining it, I say, gripping the chair. Patients are talking under anesthesia. Vitals are spiking in patterns. I found records, old records, she cuts in, her voice cold. Dr. Klein was unstable. You're overworked. Take a week off, Elias, before I make it mandatory. Her eyes say more, don't dig deeper. But I can't stop. The whispers are in my head now, constant, like static laced with intent. My dreams grow worse. A void where shadows speak my name, where Emily's face morphs into something with too many eyes. I wake gasping, my nose bleeding again, my heartbeat matching that cursed pulse that IT escalates. A patient flatlines during a transplant, her monitors showing a distorted face in the static, eyes, no mouth. She survives but wakes screaming, it's still here. The staff are on edge. Nurses report nightmares, shadows in halls. Jamal's digging turns up a Petromed memo from '89, ordering the old wing sealed after incidents. No details, just a signature. Claire Monroe. She knew. Jamal whispers in the cafeteria, his voice low. She's covering something up. Then we confront her. I say, but my voice shakes. The pulse is louder now in my chest, my ears. I'm not sure what's real anymore. Nora catches us, her face pale. Elias, you're scaring the team. And me? What's going on? I tell her everything. Klein, the symbol, the whispers. She's skeptical, but listens. Her her surgeon's pragmatism warring with the fear in her eyes. If this is real, she says, we need proof. Hard data. We run a test. I adjust anesthesia doses on a volunteer patient, lowering propofol to see if the whispers stop. They don't. The patient murmurs, it's awake, and the pulse spikes louder, faster. The OR's lights flicker, and I feel it, a cold weight like hands on my shoulders. Jamal's face goes gray. Doc, you hear that? The vents hum, a low chant, not human. Nora grabs my arm. Elias, we need to stop this. Now. But it's too late. That night, the hospital shakes. Not an earthquake, but something deeper like a heartbeat in the walls. A comatose patient in ICU, one of mine, sits up, eyes glowing faintly green. She speaks in a voice that's not hers. You open the door. I run to Claire's office, pounding on the door. What do you know? I shout. What's in this hospital? She opens the door, calm as ever. You're unwell, Elias. Go home. You knew about Klein, about the symbol. I shove the photo at her. Her face doesn't change, but her eyes flicker, guilty. Some things are better left alone, she says, and shuts the door. I can't let it go. The whispers are constant. My dream's a prison of fog and eyes. Emily's there, but she's not Emily. Her face splits, revealing a void. Join us, it says. I wake, my nose bleeding, my pulse a drumbeat. Lena checks my blood, her hands shaking. There's particles, she says, showing me a slide. Tiny specks glow, pulsing like the monitors. It's in me. I whisper, my voice breaking. I know what it is now. A thing ancient that lives in the space between awake and asleep, feeding on unconscious minds. Anesthesia is its doorway, and I've been opening it with every surgery that I have to end it. In or 3, I lock the door, Nora and Jamal with me. I'm going under, I say, prepping in 4. If it's in me, I'll face it. Elias, this is insane, Nora says, grabbing my arm. You could die. I'm already dying, I say, my voice steady. It's in my blood. Help me or get out. They stay. Jamal hooks up the monitors. Nora adjusts the drip. I lie on the table, the propofol cold in my veins. The world fades, and I'm in the void, fog, endless with a pulse like thunder. Shadows move, eyes glowing, thousands watching. The thing speaks, not words but intent, hunger, eternity. You are the door, it says. Open yourself. I see Emily, her face twisting into something with no mouth. You failed me, she says, but it's not her. It's the thing using my guilt. I fight it, my mind screaming, I'm not yours. The void shakes, the pulse deafening that I wake to chaos. The OR's monitors scream, static forming a face, eyes, endless eyes. Nora's shouting, Jamal's praying. The comatose patient from ICU bursts in, her eyes glowing, her voice a growl. You can't close the door. She lunges and Nora tackles her, pinning her down. Elias, do something. Nora yells that I grab the defibrillator, my hands slick with sweat. The patient's pulse is the thing's pulse, in sync with mine. I shock her once, twice, the room shaking, the monitors exploding in sparks. The pulse stops. She collapses, human again, but the air's still heavy, like it's waiting. Petromed calls it a gas leak. The patient survives, no memory. Claire puts me on leave, her smile cold. You're lucky I don't fire you, she says, but I know she's scared. The symbol's gone from the OR floor, scrubbed clean that I walk Chicago's streets. The L train rattling overhead. The city alive but indifferent. The whispers are gone, but my pulse isn't mine anymore. It's slow, rhythmic waiting. Every night, I dream of the void, the eyes, the thing that knows my name. I avoid hospitals, but I know it's not over. Every surgery, every dose, risks opening the door again. And it's still in me, waiting to pulse.